started? We are live, eh? Okay.
Good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. As we begin, in honor of our country, in honor of where Tanzania has come so far, and actually won the Nobel Prize in Literature, today we start with the national anthem. Can we all stand, please? Mungu ibariki Afrika, wabariki viongozi wake, hekima, umoja na amani. Ngao zetu Afrika na watu wake, ibariki Afrika, ibariki Afrika, tubariki watoto wa Afrika. Mungu ibariki Tanzania, dumisha uhuru na umoja wake kwa waume na watoto. Mungu ibariki Tanzania na watu wake, ibariki Tanzania, ibariki Tanzania, tubariki watoto wa Tanzania. Asante sana, Esther. Thank you very much. That was Esther. Esther is not only a singer, but she's a poet as well. And you'll get a chance to see her in action today. Kwa hivyo leo tutastahili kuona Esther pia akituonyesha uwezo wake, sio tu kuimba, bali pia kwenye mashairi. Baada ya kusema hayo, niwakaribishe wote. Welcome to the Writers' Conference. This is the African Writers' Conference for 2021. And we are honored and we are happy that it's happening here in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. What do we do? Indeed, it's a pleasure and it's an honor, and especially considering kwamba Abdulrazak Goma, who just won the Nobel Prize for Literature, is a son of Tanzania. And in here, we have even more potential for more winners, not only from Tanzania, but the rest of Africa. So our goal. We are also on live stream so that more people can participate in this African Writers Conference, because as we know currently with the COVID restrictions, we could not have that many people come over, but we are on live stream, so many more people can participate all over the world. Kwa hivyo, karibuni wote ambao wako hapa, and a welcome to everybody else ambao wako all over the world. Karibuni sana. To begin with, I would like to welcome Dr. Rose Upo, the principal for the College of Humanities. Dr. Rose atakuja kuzungumza kidogo to give us a message from the University of Dar es Salaam. And I have to give it to Dr. Rose. For those of you who don't know, Dr. Rose was charged with overseeing the upgrading of 1,200 secondary schools in Tanzania. And not only that, the capacity building of over 50,000 teachers. So what you see now are the result of Dr. Rose's work. If we have more writers coming up, Dr. Rose is responsible because she made sure kwamba the right conditions were set. Dr. Rose Paul, karibu.
Asha, telling people upgrading of 1,200 schools, yes. Training of 50,000, over 50,000 teachers, yes. But the responsibility, writers, that one scares me a little. It scares me a little, but yes, it was a world-funded project, and I was given the honor of coordinating it nationwide. I had the opportunity for training and upgrading teachers, including English teachers, literature teachers. So for the students who are in this room, most keynote speaker, Mr. Richard Mubala, Head of Department of Literature, Professor Elia Waifuge, distinguished panelists and presenters at the conference, staff and students from the University of Dar es Salaam who are present here today, invited guests, members of the organizing committee, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It gives me great pleasure to welcome all the distinguished and proclaimed researchers, writers, and presenters here, all the gurus of literary and cultural studies to the 4th African Writers Conference that's hosted here at the University of Dar es Salaam by the Department of Literature. I am representing the Vice Chancellor, Professor William Anangisia, but at the same time, I am the principal of the College of Humanities where the Department of Literature is situated. The Office of the Vice Chancellor is delighted about hosting this conference on our premises, especially when we are about to mark the 60th anniversary of our institution. When he granted permission to host, it was almost like he knew that a Tanzanian would be winning the Nobel Prize for Literature around this time. This must be a great inspiration to all of you seated in this room today. And I know that Professor Abdulrazak Guna is not in our midst, but let us show a hand of applause for his accomplishment. Ladies and gentlemen, let me take this opportunity to welcome those of you who have traveled long distances to be with us. I'm humbled that you all chose to be here this morning to partake in this significant event in the history of the College of Humanities and the Department of Literature. We have never hosted African Writers Conference. I am very sure, Professor, we have never hosted it. So this for us is a huge, huge moment. It is our expectation that you will find your stay both fruitful and pleasurable. I hope that you'll be able to set time aside in your busy schedule to explore the University of Dar es Salaam Mwalimu Julius Nyerere Mlimani campus. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to reiterate not only the delight of the Vice Chancellor, but also mine as well. Hosting this event is monumental, as I said earlier on, for the university and for the college, especially in these times when we're experiencing dwindling numbers of writers in our society. The theme of the conference rightfully interrogates the future of African literature and what can be done to revitalize the trade and discipline. It is my sincere hope that you shall discuss issues related to the future of the African writer, the state of African writers, the state and the hope for renaissance related to African literature, especially in this changing world. We are aware that literature and the humanities are inseparable. However, we must assert that African literature is not only important because of its relevant setting and relatable storylines, but it also increases our social consciousness and raises awareness of social, political, and economic crises that the continent is facing. Some of the connections between literature and humanities include literature being the foundation of humanities' cultures, beliefs, and traditions. It serves as a reflection of reality, a product of art, and a window to an ideology. Whether it's prose, whether it's poetry, literature will always provide us with insight, knowledge or wisdom, and emotion towards the person who partakes in it entirely. All these roles of literature are important to the humanities because they enhance order, reasoning, ethics, creativity, and the like. Ladies and gentlemen, I am aware, and Asha forgot to mention this probably, and I think I would have enjoyed better if you had mentioned this. I am aware that I am only a linguist and should not be dictating some of the most important issues in African literature. To experts, lest you decide to baptize me into the literary studies. I don't want to leave this room becoming a literary expert for one day. Let me leave this room for upcoming writers of the future. I'm glad also to see that we have students from Feza Secondary who are here with us. So I hope you get inspired when you leave these premises. However, I encourage delegates to dialogue on the following matters, or even consider them for a future conference. At a time when we see increasing dehumanization in society, a greater focus on economics, and more reliance on technology, and even more attachment to material goods, what role does an African writer have to play in this changing world? Should we adapt? And if we adapt, at what expense? But then again, you're all here on the university premises. I would like to also hear, how should us at the university prepare future African writers? I am glad that one of the speakers after me was a student, is an alumni of the University of Dar es Salaam, and has also published a book. He is a writer, so I'm really excited. What should we do to encourage more writers among us? Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, allow me to say again, to express my gratitude to the organizing committee, both from outside and inside the university. Special mention of Nahida. A round of applause for her, please. Whenever I met with the head of department, the name Nahida kept coming on, it kept coming out. Nahida, Nahida. When I arrived here, they mentioned her name twice or thrice. When I came and sat down, somebody mentioned her name, Nahida. Are you in the congregation? Is she here? I think she's outside. You can see how busy she is organizing. So I would like to thank you for putting together this event. Thank you for choosing the University of Dar es Salaam as your destination for the conference. And I hope you'll have time again to tour our campus. And if it were up to me, I would suggest that you consider the University of Dar es Salaam for the next conference. Once again, I wish you an enjoyable and productive conference. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rose. I think we haven't done justice. Applause. Indeed, I think what Dr. Rose said is the essence of literature. Because life in words, literature gives insight into people's lives, trends, where we've come from, where we are, and where we're going. And we say that for you to know where you should go, you should look at where you've come from through literature. And as Dr. Rose said, literature gives you insight into people, their lives, their beliefs, their cultures. And I can think of no befitting introduction to the next speaker, who is Professor Elias Ibonike Mwaifuge, of the Department of Literature. For you who don't know much about the doctor, I would advise you to read a paper that he wrote that examines the traditional beliefs and spirituality within our communities, within us, and how these actually work together and how they influence our daily lives. But as I said, I am not the author. They say that an actor be like a king until a king appears. I think that is what Shakespeare said. So to say the rest to that, I will now welcome Professor Elias Ibonike Mwaifuge. Karibu sana.
Thank you very much. Good morning. I'm here to represent the Department of Literature for this event. I have few minutes to say here because much has been said by our principal, who is the representative of the University of Dar es Salaam. We, the Department of Literature, thank the African Development Trust and the writer Space Africa Tanzania chapter for inviting us to hold this conference in this year. However, this partnership is not an accident. Madam Nahida participated in one of the most known conferences which was held here at the University of Dar es Salaam in 2017. And the title of the conference was Eastern African Literary and Cultural Studies Conference. It attracted a lot of countries. So Nahida, the writer, was also one of the participants. So when she came to the Department of Literature to ask us to partner with them in this event, it was not an accident, because she saw what we did. She witnessed what we did. So we accepted the invitation to share this particular event. Dear participants, the principal is said here, and the MC has said again here, that this year, 2 days ago, we witnessed again that one of the known Tanzanian writers, Abdullah Guna, won this prestigious award. We, the Department of Literature, we think, and in fact we are going to do soon, another conference to honor him.